4th grade. Today we are going to be focusing on multi-step elapsed time problems. So we're going to be looking at problems that use charts and problems that give multiple steps to the elapsed time problem. I'm not going to be able to cover all the different ways that this could happen, but I am going to show us a couple different examples to help you get a start on what these problems, how you can go about solving these problems. So with that being said, we're going to jump right in.
All right, so we're gonna start with this problem right here. It says, Eleanor went to her brother's football banquet. At the banquet, they spent 30 minutes eating, 15 minutes listening to speeches, and 25 minutes watching awards be given out. If the banquet ends at 8:30, what time did it start? So I have here some of the parts that we've been practicing. I have my start, elapsed, and end time blanks right there, and then I have this number line ready to go. By reading this problem, I can tell that the banquet ends at 8:30, so I can fill that in. That's going to be 8:30. I forgot to write in the problem, but that's going to be 8:30 p.m. That's my end time. Now, this elapsed time part is where it gets kind of tricky. I know different parts of my elapsed time, but I don't know the entire elapsed time yet. And then it's clear that it's wanting me to find the start time. So the start time is my unknown, my official unknown for the problem. But the elapsed time is also kind of unknown right now. We need to take an extra step. This is why it's a multi-step problem. We need to actually take a step to figure out what the total elapsed time is. And so to do that, we're just going to add up all the times. We're going to do, all right, so we got 30 minutes eating, 15 minutes of speeches, 25 minutes watching those awards be given out. And when I add all of those up, I'm going to get 70 minutes. And here's where we're going to use another step that we've been doing too. We're going to convert that now to hours to make it a little bit easier for us in the end. So we got 70 minutes. And now if I do 70 minutes, I know that if I take away 60 minutes, that's 1 hour. And that is going to leave me with 10 extra minutes. So that means that my elapsed time is going to be 1 hour and 10 minutes. 1 hour, 10 minutes. So now I have an end time, an elapsed time, and now I just need to find the start time. And that's going to be what we've practiced at the beginning, where we say, all right, we got 8:30 here, 8:30 p.m., and we need to go back in time 1 hour and 10 minutes. I'm going to take that hour hop first. That's going to get me to 7:30 p.m. And that was 1 hour. And then we still have another 10 minutes to go. And if I go back 10 minutes, that's going to get me to 7:20 p.m. So the start of the banquet would have been 7:20 p.m. And that would be my final answer. So we had to take 2 steps here. We knew the end time. We had to find the elapsed time using what was given to us. And then after we had that, we were able to find that start time. All of these steps are things that you have practiced. We just need to start putting them together into one problem. All right, so the next problem we're doing says, if Maria started her to-do list at 5:00 p.m., what time would she be ready for the family dinner? So this problem incorporated this chart over here. And this is my family dinner chart, things to do, the amount of time it's going to take, and it says they're in minutes. So we got things to do, make food is going to take 75 minutes, set the table, 5 minutes, clean the kitchen, 25 minutes, vacuum the floor, 10 minutes. All right. So that chart is going to be used in the problem, and I'm going to read it again now, and I'm going to fill in this as I learn things. It says, if Maria started her to-do list at 5:00 p.m., so we know the start time is 5:00 p.m. What time would she be ready for the family dinner? So that is implying that we do not know our end time yet. We don't know what time she's going to be completely done with her to-do list. And so the elapsed time is actually going to be given to us through this table. So I can use this table now, just like I did in the first problem, and add up all of my times to figure out what the total elapsed time is, because I don't know that. I don't want to have to write out all the different elapsed times in here. I want to just have one time to focus on.
So I'm gonna do 75 plus 5 plus 25 plus 10. I'm gonna add up all of those minutes to see what I'm left with. After I add up all of those parts, I see that my total is 115 minutes. Now keep in mind, that is not the same thing as 1 hour and 15 minutes. I need to convert this from minutes to hours to figure out what that's gonna be. So I got 115 minutes, and I have to take away an hour to see how many minutes are left over. I know I could do that, so I've gotta borrow 55 minutes, and that's not going to be quite another hour. So that means that my total elapsed time is 1 hour and 55 minutes. So I can write that in here, 1 hour, 55 minutes. Okay. 115 minutes is not 1 hour and 15 minutes. 115 minutes is going to be 1 hour and 55 minutes. Now that I have a start time and an elapsed time, I can go about this just like I would before. Where I put my start here, I got 5 o'clock p.m. I'm going to jump forward that hour first. If I go forward 1 hour, that's going to get me to 6 o'clock p.m. And then I have to go forward another 55 minutes. And that's going to get me to 6:55 p.m. So when it says, what time would she be ready for the family dinner, she's going to be ready at 6:55 p.m. Again, there were multiple steps there. We couldn't just fill out this and go straight to my number line. I had to actually figure out what was my elapsed time. I have to use adding to find the total minutes, and then I needed to convert it to hours and minutes in order to figure out the elapsed time.